A lot of Shopify merchants are doing a lot of tasks that really could be automated. Think about like checking inventory, tagging customers, reviewing orders, sending notifications. There's so many things that are being done automated, and these tasks aren't necessarily growing the business. So you're doing it manually, and it just takes a lot of time. So in this video, we're going to look at 7 automations that can help you and your store to save time, improve customer experience, and potentially, increase conversions. But really, just helping you save time as a business owner. So let's jump into a little bit about what Shopify Flow actually is. Essentially, what Shopify Flow is, it's a tool that's built by Shopify. It's an automation tool. So when something happens, a condition is checked. If the condition is met, then perform a certain action. Um, so for instance, think about like if inventory drops below 10, right? If inventory drops below 10, then send a notification to the team. And then that way, there's no manual checking. So that's an example of an automation that you could set. Instead of you having to jump into the products and check the inventory, you could set up an automation that says when inventory drops below 10 or below 50, to send an email notification to the entire team without you necessarily having to do any manual checking. So looking at the first example here, a very simple but valuable automation that we mentioned is this low inventory alert. Again, one of the problems is a lot of brands don't realize that they're running low on inventory until their sales are impacted. And so that's why setting up a workflow like this can really help you out. So if you look at our workflow that we have here mapped out, the trigger is that the inventory quantity changes. So every time the quantity changes, this flow is going to check to see what the condition is. So you'll notice here the condition is the quantity check. So you can set it to whatever quantity check you need, whether it's 5, whether it's 10, whether it's 50, whether it's 100. If you have, for instance, a very popular product that a lot of people purchase, you might want that inventory to be more in stock. So whatever quantity or whatever number that is for you, right? And then when it does hit that specific quantity, then you can set up the automation to notify the team versus email or Slack. And you think about it from your business standpoint, this helps prevent, like sales from being lost, customers from being disappointed, and then um, it also catches these reorder opportunities early so that way you're not missing on any of these vital opportunities. So this is a very simple but easy automation that you definitely want to have set up for your Shopify store. The next one is a nice cool one is the VIP customers. So these are really like your best customers, the ones that you want to understand their patterns and how they're shopping on your store the most. So with this automation here, how it works is if a customer spends over a certain amount, you could tag them as a VIP, right? So customer spends over X, you check that threshold check, and then you can auto tag them as a VIP. And I thought this was a really cool one here as well, because with this information that you have in store, you can use it for exclusive offers that you want to offer to that customer, loyalty campaigns, personalized messaging, maybe when you send them their confirmation email or the thank you email that you follow up to them. You can give them a personalized message because they are a VIP customer. A lot of brands will also send like custom thank you cards in the mail whenever they send an order. So maybe with these VIP customers, if they hit that threshold, then you can have a check to make sure that you send them one of those special thank you cards or gifts in the mail, however you want to set that up. But definitely VIP customer tagging, another cool automation check as well. Moving on to the third point here, another cool one is customer segmentation. Each customer is going to have a little bit of a different experience on your store. So not every customer is going to have the same experience, right? So an example here could be checking for the different purchase behaviors, and then make sure that they match a segment rule. And then the action could be to apply the right tag. So your tags could be for like repeat customers that might be shopping over and over again, first time buyers on the website that may have interacted with your brand for the first time, high spenders, kind of like that threshold check that we mentioned earlier, high spenders, and then maybe even wholesale customers. So now you're having different tags for each type of customer. This just really helps make your marketing more relevant and helps improve the overall retention, right? Each customer is going to be different in the level that they meet, so that way when you segment them to meet the criteria or segment them for whatever criteria that they meet, it just makes their overall shopping experience much better. for the customer, and then each customer is getting different messaging versus everybody getting the same message when they interact on your store. Moving on to the fourth one here is large order notifications, right? Now, of course, these large orders are exciting, but they need a special attention, right? Because these are special customers if they are purchasing large orders. So with a workflow like this, how it could work is if an order exceeds a certain threshold, of course, you can go in and set this threshold to whatever it is that you would like. From there, what you want to do is notify your team. So again, exceeds X, check it, make sure that it meets that value, and then alert the team, right? Again, this could be an alert in the form of an email blast to the team, a Slack message. Um, from there, you could even do like an internal task. Maybe somebody needs to get on this, make sure that with that large order, everything is taken care of. Flag the order as well. So that way, with this large order, everything that the customer is asking for is being met. So there's no complications or no issues there. So again, with large order notifications, definitely something to keep in mind if you're setting this up in Shopify Flow. The fifth one here, again, we know how important reviews are for e-commerce businesses. One of the strongest conversion tools out there. So here's a simple review request workflow that you can set up. When a purchase is completed, you could identify the customer that purchased the item, and then from there you could send out that review request. And of course, um, this is good for social proof, happy customers who are happy with your brand, right? Because you don't want to set a review request like a couple weeks down the line after they've already interacted with the brand and they've already purchased the product. You really want to catch them after they've purchased. And this is a complete hands-off process that you can actually set up in Shopify Flow. So that way you don't have to manually go out, and ask for reviews. And then it helps just create a nice system, a nice flow for continuously building that social proof. You can just drop your review link or however you want to send that to customers. And it's all automated here with Shopify Flow. So definitely a nice automation workflow to think about. Now, moving on to this point here, when it comes to automation, it's not only about growth, but of course you want to make sure that your business is protected. So here is an automation that you could check for fraud and order monitoring, right? So a trigger here could be like unusual order activity. And then of course you want to do a risk pattern check, and then from there you could actually flag that order, right? So the flags could be like an unusually large order that doesn't match the rest of what the type of orders that you're normally getting. Any type of suspicious activity that you might be seeing, maybe like repeated failed payments. You're noticing, hey, we're seeing a lot of repeated failed payments for this specific order. Let's look into this. Now, if you didn't have this automation, this might be something that you might have to manually check, that you might even skip, especially if you have a lot of orders on your site. But by having this automation, when this is flagged, right, you can set it up to send an alert again through email or through Slack. But now the team gets notified immediately, and then you can jump on it um, and take care of the issue, right? So again, protecting your store, very, very important. Moving on to our last point here is you can use AI to find even more automation opportunities. So this is where using AI tools like ChatGPT, your preferred tool, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Grok, any of those, Gemini, any of those tools out there, use AI to your advantage as a business owner. So what I would do is I would copy one of these prompts. So feel free to pause the video, take one of these prompts, and then plug it into your AI assistant, right? And use one of these prompts and ask it to give you, ideas. So for instance, I run a Shopify store selling products online. What repetitive tasks should I automate using Shopify Flow? We have some other, workflows here. And then you can read through some of the suggestions, maybe even plug in your URL, give it a little bit of information about your brand. But from there, it can give you some ideas on workflows that you can build to simplify the process. Now, keep in mind, the AI tool is not replacing the business expertise or the Shopify expertise, but it can help you as a merchant identify and find some of these opportunities that maybe you haven't thought about, right? And again, it's just an extra layer of support to give you suggestions that you might not have thought about. So AI is your friend. You definitely want to use it to assist you when, trying to automate some of these processes here. So some final thoughts here. Big brands, you're not going to scale by doing everything manually. As you get more team members, as your business grows, as you get more products, Systems is what's going to help you to be able to manage things and make them run smoothly, because like we mentioned with some of our examples here, you cannot do a lot of these things manually. So the nice thing about this automation tool that Shopify has built for us is it gives merchants this ability to automate a lot of this repetitive work, improve the overall customer experience, and then spend more time focused on growth for the business instead of a lot of these, manual tasks. And so if you're looking for Shopify help, if you're looking for ways to improve your Shopify store, whether that's improving conversions, optimizing the customer experience, building workflows, you're looking for development help to improve the overall UX of your storefront, if you're looking for ideas on app integrations or any type of tool that you want to integrate into your Shopify store, anything Shopify related at all, that's exactly what we do here, and we work with brands to do. So feel free to check out our website here. The link is going to be in the description. Take a look at some of the stuff that we're working on, see some of the cool products that we're working on, some of the stuff that people have said. Would love to have a conversation around and have a conversation, see how we can help. So yeah, feel free to check out some of the stuff here on the website. A lot of helpful articles here, a lot of helpful videos as well on the channel if you're looking for additional Shopify help. But again, if you want any help, identifying opportunities for growth or automation on your storefront, please feel free to reach out, and I'd be more than happy to have a conversation. All right, thank you.